Hey everybody, it's Connie again from the Artisan Company. Welcome back to the channel. Well, today I'm not real sure what we're going to do, but I am sure it'll be something fun and creative. So let's go see what's on the desk. Well, alrighty. Um, I decided today that I was going to work on a necklace using a stone called wild horse. This is wild horse stone, and it is absolutely stunning. It's also known as a southwest stone, much like turquoise is, but it has come on the scene at a much later date than turquoise did. But anyway, it is a stunning, stunning stone. It is pricey, depending on the cut and the clarity of the cut in the stone itself. But I'm going to be using these today. I bought these separately with the intention of doing a necklace, and you can see the difference in the matrix within the stones. I mean, it's just stunning. So I'm going to be using these today. And these are running, the largest stone is about a 13 millimeter across, just so you'll know if you decide to try to purchase something like this. Then I'm going to be using probably some turquoise Hishi cut beads. These are about a 7 millimeter. Um, and a lot of times they do mix wild horse with turquoise, and I thought I would do that today possibly. The other stone I am considering putting in this is this one, and this is Chrysocolla stone. A lot of times, some of the elements of it, like this, people think are turquoise right here, these browns and kind of turquoisey colors. That is typical of a chrysocolla stone. But this is also can be pricey. So you'll need to shop around. The clearer the stones, the pricier it is, obviously. But I'm going to attempt to use these as well in this necklace. And then the last thing I'm looking at here is this. And this is pipestone, and it's a graduated, you can see it's graduated in size. The largest part of it down here is about a 6 to 7 millimeter, right down here in this largest part, all the way up to these little bitty ones up here, which are about a 1 millimeter, 2 millimeter. They're tiny, tiny, tiny little guys. So I'll probably be using a fine to medium beading wire on this. So here's where I'm going. I'm going to attempt to use all these stones. I haven't decided my pattern yet, so as soon as I do, I'll get back with you and we'll get started. All right, we're going to get started on this project. And as with anything that I show you guys how to do, it's not for the intent for you to duplicate it exactly, although that's okay. But my whole thing is to give you guys an idea of something using certain kinds of stones, and then I want you to take it and make it your own, because sometimes, unless you buy all of your beads from one source or two sources where you can duplicate exactly what everybody's showing you on their tutorials, and that's great, that's fine, there's nothing wrong with that. But my purpose for you guys is to help you to think of your own designs. So for example, take this right here. You see the stones, I showed you the stones I've got in it. I added some things, which I'll tell you what those are. And but maybe you can't afford wild horse or chrysocolla, or you can't find pipestone or whatever. But the thing is you know it's an earth tone color, so find a stone that you love that color and use that one. It doesn't even have to be the same shapes. It's just the concept and the idea. So I really want you guys to come up with your creative juices to put you into the piece. That's what makes me just thrive doing this, knowing that some of you are actually just taking the overall concept and running with it. And I love that. And that is the intent of this. So, okay, I added a couple of more things. I've got an 11.0 seed bead black because I felt like that with all the browns and things like that, I felt like it needed just a little itty bitty edge of something. So I'm using an 11.0 seed bead in black. And then I also added these little guys right here. And they're kind of a rose gold color. They're about a 5 millimeter in size, and they are ultra thin. I mean, like paper. It's like just a tiny, tiny sliver of light in there. And the rose gold I thought would be absolutely stunning with the browns and the turquoises colors in there that the Chrysocolla carries, as well as the turquoise. So anyway, I added those two guys, and I'm going to do it about an 18-inch roughly, and I'm using a fine beading wire. So you can use Softflex or Accuflex, but I'm using Accuflex today, and it's a 49 strand, which means that it drapes the easiest. It's going to be the most supple. Okay. All right. Let me get my head wrapped around it and we'll get started. I decided we're going to start in the middle on this project because the centerpiece to me on this is the critical thing. It's the first thing your eye is going to see. So I'm starting in the middle. And what I've done here is I've added a Chrysocolla bead, 3 of the discs, a piece of wild horse, 3 discs, a piece of wild horse. Then I've got a disc, a black seed bead, and another disc. Then I've got my pipestone. I have a disc, a black seed bead, and a disc. Another piece of Chrysocolla, another disc, another wild horse. And then I'm repeating that same pattern with the black around the pipestone. Then another piece of Chrysocolla. And then at the centerpiece here, I've got a disc, a black seed bead, and another disc. And I mirrored that on each side, and then we'll take it out the same on this side. All right, here we go. I probably need to get my eyes down here so I can see and attempt my hardest to keep my hands in the screen. But anyway, let me get these 3 little discs right here. And you can use a bead board too if it's easier for you to line your beads up, and that's great. I used a bead board for many, many, many years, and once in a blue moon, I still use one. Depends on the project and how crazy the beads are in it. But yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna bead the center for you, so you can, for those of you who like to watch that process. Got the 3 discs on right there. And some of these beads are so tiny that you're just kind of going, really? All right, so here's our first pattern right there. You can see the 3 discs in between. Is that not stunning? I mean, it's just little tiny pieces of metal, and it almost gives it a barrel knot look with metal. That's kind of what it does. All right, so we're back up here on this pattern right here with the piece of pipestone. And I'm going to pull that out right there. So I'm putting on my metal, my little black seed bead, my piece of metal, then my piece of pipestone, and then I'm going to repeat the seed bead metal piece right here. Get on there, a little seed bead. Oh, thank heavens for magnifying glasses. I might get new glasses, guys, so if I come up here with different eyes, then you'll know. Okay, so here's the little pattern on the pipestone, as you can see right there. So here's your flanking bead for the Chrysocolla, the seed bead, the flank bead for that one, the pipestone, another flank bead, black, and then a flank bead for the next piece that's going in right there. I'm sorry, this was Wild Horse. Okay. Then we're adding the Chrysocolla, and I'm adding a piece that has more of the turquoise color in it this time. And I sorted out my beads as I went, as I always do, because it depends on what I want to do color-wise. You can see I've sorted them all out here in color. All right, so I'm adding my piece of Wild Horse. Now here's where the pattern's gonna could get a little confusing, but it won't. Trust me, you're not gonna miss it. All right, so I'm pulling out the black seed bead and the two pieces of metal. I'm gonna add those. Two pieces of metal. Here's my pipestone going on. Then I've got to finish the other side of the pipestone there. This is kind of like that piece that I did with pearls and fluorite stone, where the pattern was just crazy and random looking. All right. Then we got our piece of Chrysocolla going on. And find the hole. All right, now we're down to the very middle stone. Right here, the big piece. So I'm going to do these three pieces right here next. Wow, this is going to be absolutely beautiful. I'm so excited about it. And I'm really, really wanting to see some of the stuff you guys are doing because it just makes me happy. All right, here's our big centerpiece. And then we're going to do these three. Ooh, these are tiny, tiny, tiny. Itty bitty. All right, I'm going to put this one on too, just so you can see and see where the pattern's going. All right. And here's where we're going here. You can see the pattern. Is that not just gorgeous? It focuses, actually, your focus goes on every section. You see the Wild Horse, yet you see the Chrysocolla, and the pipestone is in there just blending it all together. I love it. So I'm going to bead the other side and then I'll be back. Yes, look at this centerpiece. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I can't stand it. It's exactly how I was hoping it would look. It's delicate, yet you can see every single piece in there. I am thinking when I get to this section, which I'm going to show you in just a second, I think I am going to continue these three little copper things right here because it mimics a barrel knot, but in metal, like I was saying earlier, and I love the way that looks. So I'm going to continue on with that. But the black just gave it just a little bit of an offset that it made it wake up. In other words, is kind of the way I look at that. All right, let me get my next section laid out and we'll work on that one. Here goes the next section. All right, this is our middle. And then I had two more pieces of Crazy Horse, so I went ahead and added them on the end here. I just continued the same pattern with the three flat rose gold tone beads. So now what we're going to do now is pick up right here, take that off, move this over. This will be this side. So I'm picking it up and it's going to be a disc. This is a piece of Wild Horse, another disc, Chrysocolla, disc, Wild Horse, disc, Chrysocolla, and out. So we're going to start here. And I'm wanting to make sure we get the biggest bang for our buck on the Wild Horse, as well as the Chrysocolla, because of the price of them. And so we want to make sure that they're front and center. And, you know, just like with bead caps, these little tiny flat discs, um, you know, they just add little slivers of light. That's what they do. And we love that. It just brings attention to the stone itself, where you can see it in definition for it. And that is what we're looking for. Highlights, highlights, highlights for the stone. Come on. Come on, little guy. Can't hardly get him picked up. It's finally quit raining here so much. We got a little sunshine again today, and I'm thrilled about that. I got my lawn mowed yesterday. Woohoo! And weed eated, and my garden perked some more. All right, let me put the little clamp on here, and you can see where this is headed. All right, so I'm gonna pick it up here so you can see. And here's where we picked up right here, and this is the Wild Horse in a smaller stone continuing on. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm gonna do this same pattern on the other side, and I'll get back. All right, we're gonna start on the next section here, and what I've decided to do is, remember I told you I was going to use some of this turquoise over here, so I decided to use one piece of it just to break the pattern color. I wanted a little more vivid because this down here, let me see if I'm in the camera, yes. This down here has a turquoise color, and that's the Chrysocolla. But as I came up, those Chrysocolla pieces, those round ones, got a little more subdued in the turquoise. So what I decided to do is add a pop of turquoise to break this and start our new thought here. So what I did was I took the little discs here, and I've got the three, a little tiny black seed bead, one sliver of the turquoise, another black seed bead, three of the little metal discs. Then I'm just going to alternate my pattern again, which would be the Chrysocolla, metal, Wild Horse, metal, Chrysocolla, metal, Wild Horse, metal, and on till we get to this end. All right, so I'm going to bead this section. I've got it laid out here as to what it looks like laid out so you can kind of see that. And I'm going to bead this section, and then we'll be back to finish the end. We are working our way to the end. Yes. Okay, so this is what we did. I wanted to make sure I got the biggest bang for my buck with the Chrysocolla, so I decided to go ahead and carry it on up. And I love the way this is looking. So remember before we were looking at we just added the one piece of turquoise for interest, and to pull a little bit of this hint of turquoise down here up, but it also continues a new thought after that. So here's what we did. We did the three bands here with the black, and we came up with Chrysocolla, metal, Wild Horse, metal, all the way up. Okay, so the last thought that we're doing before we put our clasp on is we're going to continue the Chrysocolla pattern as long as we can, but We're now reintroducing the pipestone as the finishing to pull the pipestone down here all the way up here. So what the pattern is: Chrysocolla, metal, pipestone, metal, Chrysocolla, metal, pipestone, and now I'm introducing the black. And remember, down here on the bottom, we used the 11.0 seed beads down here on the bottom and right here. Now we're going to introduce an 8.0 seed bead in black to even out the pipestone so it doesn't look so itty tiny bitty. It weight wise, it works, in other words. Okay, so and then the slivers of metal, we don't need, moving from here up, we don't need one to flank each side of the pipestone like we did down here on the bottom. We're going to just flank one side. So you got the Chrysocolla, you got the metal, pipestone, black seed bead, metal, pipestone, black seed bead, metal, pipestone, black seed bead. And here's what it looks like laid out on your desk right here. For those of you who need to see it like that. Okay, so I'm going to bead a little bit of this side over here. Let me move this one for those of you who like to watch that process. And y'all, I am so excited about this necklace. Oh my goodness me. I bought these stones just a little bit ago, and I've been waiting and waiting for the design to come into my head. And it finally did. And oh my goodness, I am stoked about it. Okay, so now we're starting the black seed bead section here, where we're only going to put one piece of metal in instead of two. All right, and this is it. And I'll hold this up here in just a second so you can see it. This is exciting. Oh my gosh, I've been waiting to do this necklace. Oh my. I am so excited. And you know, normally when Southwest jewelry is being made, normally they put silver with it, but I decided I wanted this light rose gold instead. I'm probably going to put a silver clasp on because I want sterling on here with this one, simply because of the cost of it, of the stones. But yeah, but normally they put silver accents instead of other colors. And in ancient times, gold was always used with turquoise and lapis in ancient times. So yeah, just trying to think outside of the typical Southwest box, but still achieve the Southwest look. All right, guys. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. And then we're down to the end here. And wow, look at that. That is stunning. Let me pick this up so you can see the pattern on the end there. You can see where we went on it. And oh my gosh, it just feels good. Whew, feels good in my hand, the weight of it. But anyway, but you can see how we're graduating in and coming down to the pipestone to finish out. Wow, what a beautiful mixture of southwestern stones. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, let me get the clasp and we will finish up. Okay, we are at the end. I'm so excited. Oh my, this is such a beautiful necklace. I'm so excited. Okay, so I've done one side just for time's sake. And what I did was I finished it off with a brass finishing bead with a silver crimp cover to pull in the browns and things all the way up, and then the crimp cover for the silver clasp that I'm using. All right, so I'm kind of shaking it a little bit to let the beads fall where they may. Want to make sure that I have enough play in it where it doesn't buckle. We don't want it to buckle, but we want the beads to be tight. All right, so I'm putting on a crimp cover. You do not have to do this, but it is just part of what I do. Yeah. Actually, hang on a minute. I think I'm supposed to do something, so hang on. Okay, well, never mind. I was going to do something, but I don't have the right bead cap. So I'm going to continue on. All right, last thing here is putting on the crimp, and we've done this lots and lots and lots and lots of times. Put the crimp on. I'm putting my clasp on. A little jump ring right there. Looks like that. Then I'm running the excess wire back through the crimp. Let me get my eyes down here because I can't see. All right, let's run it back through the crimp like so. We're going to pull it down to the gold bead. However, you want to leave enough room where this can breathe, remember. Don't want it so tight that it can't move. All right, I'm going to crimp it. Remember, if you're using a tube crimp, you crimp it, mash it, and then you fold it. Know when to hold on, know when to fold on. Know when to walk away, know when to run. All right, back to this. Okay. Then we're running the just random. That's musicians. I'm sorry. There's a song for everything. All right, so I'm running the wire back through. I'm doing this so I can catch it. There on the end. Hands out of the way. No, don't get caught up on my clasp. Come on. All right, there it is, finally. Pulled that through. I'm going to take a flush cutter and I'm going to cut it as close to that last bead as I can. Right there. All right, last thing we're going to do is put this beautiful crimp cover on. And gently close it up, not real hard and not real fast, just gently close it. Well, what I'm trying to make sure of is that my ends, that there's no rough edge right there. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to solidify that, and I can see it in the light that it's not even. There it is right there. Okay, there we go. Guys, we are done. Yes. Look at this beautiful, beautiful, oh my goodness, wild horse stone, Chrysocolla, turquoise. Oh my. I love this. Pipestone, it's the best of all Southwest stones. You gotta love that in one necklace. So it will be in the store at theartisancompany.com. And I will see you guys on the next project. Bye.